building your voiceover business as well as using your gear, your stuff like your microphone, which I just had to switch out from my Neumann TLM-103 and had to switch over to my Audio Technica, which I actually did a video on. I think it was the end of last week. I did a video on this. But what we want to do with these Thursdays, I'm going to dedicate Thursday to doing live stream video just for you, my YouTube audience. And it's funny because I came up with this on actually last night because I decided to do a live stream on YouTube, not on YouTube, on Facebook every Friday. It's going to be what did I call it? Voiceover Facebook Live Friday or something like that. But you can always go and be a part of that as well. All you have to do is go to my Facebook page, which is just facebook.com/Earl Hall Studio. Go to that Facebook page, go ahead and like that page, and get your notifications, and everything will be cool with that. So again, every Thursday, I'm going to be doing these live streams for YouTube. Hey, what's up, Nick? How you doing? I'm going to be doing these live streams every Thursday instead of doing my produced videos that I do. So I'm still going to be bringing you content Monday through Friday, but I'm going to add this little caveat here to make sure that you're able to dig into a live stream and kind of have a one-on-one with me, if you will, every single week. Now, let's dig into this. One of the questions that I have, and if you have a question, feel free to put it into the live chat, and I will go ahead and answer that question. Also, if you could, if you would share this, if you would copy the link and share this on social media sites that you think it will fit into, with that. So I would definitely appreciate that if you were to do that as well. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do, but I'm sure if you're here, you've subscribed to the channel. So it looks like we've got 2 or 3 people in here. I see Nick. Who else do we have? If you want to introduce yourself and let us know where you're from, that would be great. Hey, Herbert, good to see you, buddy. Been liking your comments you've been putting on some of my videos, and I definitely appreciate your support with that, Nick and you both. So I got a question in regards to, I'll just say it, voices.com. The question that I got, and let me just see if I can't pull that question up because it came through on the Facebook page. And again, if you're not a member of facebook.com/Earl Hall Studio, you want to, excuse me, you want to make sure that you do become a member or follower of that particular page. So I want to see exactly how this guy posed the question because he was really excited about it. And that was the thing. He was really excited about the question. And I didn't answer the question right there on Facebook because I didn't kind of want to, I felt like I was going to crush his spirit if I answered the question how I really felt it at the time. And so I'm just looking through here, scrolling through here. Or maybe it's on the, it might be on the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/group/steps to voiceover success. So you can always look at that too. But I really want to find this question to see. By the way, the live streams that I do every Thursday, they're going to be at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time is going to be the times for those. So let's see. Twitter, message. Okay, I'm not going to take any more time. Oh, here it is. All right, the question came in from, he's on facebook.com/groups/steps to voiceover success is the Facebook group. And you can become a member of that group as well. It's free to join that. And also, if you haven't signed up on my website at stepstovoiceoversuccess.com, I do some in-depth training on that website. And it's free. Go ahead and get in there. Take advantage of everything that's there. I'm hoping that's going to be an outstanding resource for you. But now, Benjamin asks, so I just joined Vases. I just joined voices.com, and I would like to know where to begin, like what to include in my demo reel. Your insight is much appreciated. And so, I took a look at that, and let's see how to Win on voices.com. Okay. Took a look at that question, and you can tell by what he said, he's kind of excited. Just joined voices.com. Would like to know where to begin, like what to include in my demo reel. Your insight is much appreciated. And so when I take a look at that particular question or that particular statement, he didn't really ask, well, he did ask a question there, what to include in his demo reel, and he wanted some of my insight. For those of you that have watched any of my earlier videos, and I think I have a video that's out there, why I left voices.com. Now, let me preempt this a little bit with every voiceover artist that ever starts goes to either voices.com or voices123. I remember back in my beginning days, if I roll back to the year 2000 and about 5 or 6, I thought that, I got my, I had a nice microphone and, pop filters everywhere and, all this gear, but I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea that I needed to be operating in a treated space or a booth. A treated space is fine. I don't think you need a booth, quite honestly. I don't work out of a booth. I work out of a treated space, which isn't a booth like one of those whisper rooms you may have seen. So I felt like, oh man, I'm about to blow up. I'm about to really make a lot of money here by going on voices.com. You can do a Google search right now, and I would encourage you to do it. Go to Google and just type in how many voiceover artists are on voices.com. And you know what? I'm going to do it myself right here on my other screen. How many voiceover artists are on voices.com? You do this Google search. The first thing that pops up, 125,000 plus voices. 125,000 plus voices on voices.com. Therein in itself kind of lets you know what your chances are of getting work on voices.com, especially as a brand new voiceover artist. Voices.com, one, they charge you a fee. I think the lowest fee they have is about $49 per month, I think is the lowest fee that they have. And a yearly fee you can pay on Voices123. They have a yearly fee, I think, of about $300 and some odd dollars, if not $400. And so you pay these fees. And then on top of that, if you get work on some of these channels like voices.com or Voices123, they take a cut of the work that you get as well. So they're able to double dip into your pocket. Now, here's the thing. If you're looking at competing with over 125,000 other voiceover artists, what do you really think your chances are? Now, not to say that you can't get work on these, what we call pay-to-play sites. It's not that you can't get work on it, because there are people that are getting work on voices.com and Voices123. Now, I can tell you my personal experience. You will have to have yours. Last year, after 7-8 years of basically not participating on voices.com, after 7-8 years of honing my craft and really digging in and learning how to do voiceover and the delivery and the processing of my voice and my audio and learning all this stuff that I'm teaching you guys how to do now. After learning all of this after 8 years, I get a call from voices.com, and they're like, why don't you go ahead and join us? Was it an email or a call, or they sent me an email and had me call? But I was curious, so I called and talked to the salesperson that was there. And I said, look, I was a member of voices.com for a while. It's not really something I'm interested in. Anyway, he said, look, just give it a shot, give it a shot. So I said, fine, I'm going to do this for 30 days. If I don't get any work in 30 days, this is a waste of my time because I can get work in days doing what I do now to market myself to get voiceover work. Lo and behold, I sign up on voices.com and I literally, in 30 days, did 100 auditions. 100 auditions. Booked no work. Why? Because there are 125,000 plus voice actors that are members of that site. And the companies that go there, they have to weed through all of this stuff and finally weed it down and pick a voice that they want to use. And so you spend all of this time auditioning and auditioning and auditioning and not working. Again, this is my experience. This may not be your experience, but it's something that I tell people to watch out for if they are looking to get voiceover work, especially from a pay-to-play site. The other caveat to this is there are different levels of membership. And a lot of those levels of membership you're not even aware of. They are elite members. They're paying somewhere in the range of $3,000 to $5,000 a year to get exclusive access to the cherry-picked jobs from some of these pay-to-play sites. You'll never see the job. No one will ever tell you about the job. You're not going to get an email saying, hey, you want to, try and get this job. They're just for those folks that are paying the top dollar in some of these pay-to-play sites, which is, I think, unfair, unethical, or whatever. So I left. I washed my hands of all the pay-to-play sites, and I focused in on exactly what it is that were my strengths when it comes to marketing, which was email marketing and using social media. Those are my core strengths. The biggest one that I had was in using email marketing, direct email marketing. And if you go to the website stepstovoiceoversuccess.com, I've got a whole training on email marketing. I've got a whole training on Instagram marketing. There's things there. If you're into audiobooks, I've got a whole training on doing those types of things with long form narration. Getting your own clients is always going to get you more bang for your buck, and you don't have to share your winnings with anyone. The money that you get, it's all yours, and you take care of the client. Let me go back through a couple of these questions. Okay, Nick, I heard they're the best route from some. $400 though. It is too much for me right now. Yeah, plus some people are okay with them, but don't mention Fiverr around them as it's like the bad boy of VO. You don't even have to get me started on Fiverr. I understand the whole thing behind Fiverr. I get work off of Fiverr. And there's some things that people just don't understand about Fiverr. And a lot of the people that are in the VO community that, look down their nose at VOs that do work on Fiverr, they've never been on Fiverr. All they know is the name. And they think that all you make is $5. I've said on videos before, I've made, $300 up to $500 on a job on Fiverr. You pick and choose what you want to do. You determine your value. You determine what you want to do the work for. And I've been able to develop a client base, and I get regular work off of Fiverr. And I've been a member of Fiverr since last year about this time. And the people that are looking down at people that get work on Fiverr, here's my whole thing about, well, I don't care what the site is. I don't care what the freelance site is that's out there. You determine your value, and you determine what you're willing to work for. There are strategies behind this. I don't know if I made a video on that, but I may have. But anyway, there are strategies behind getting this work. Whether it's on a freelance site, whether it's email marketing, whether it's Instagram marketing, whatever it is, there's strategies. And in every strategy, you determine what your worth is and what your value is. A lot of things that come down to people not getting work on freelance sites is not knowing how to write a proposal properly, which lets the person that posted the job know that you understand exactly what it is that they want. And working on freelance sites makes it a little bit hard because the client and you don't talk to each other on the phone. It's all done through, the instant message services that they have there. And so you're just reading words. And sometimes we lose something in the translation when we're reading. But, my whole thing is, if you're a voiceover artist and you're looking down on Fiverr, are you making money? Are you making money? I just made $50. How much did you make today? Type of thing. And if you're a successful voiceover artist, you've been you're not on Fiverr, you're doing big ad campaigns and all that kind of stuff. Here's the question I have for you. Why are you so concerned about how I'm making my money? And how are you going to tell me I'm devaluing the whole industry by doing work for what they would consider to be below industry standard rates? Here's the thing, and I've said this in many videos before. You, as the person producing the work, does not dictate the price or the value of what you have. The market dictates that. The market will dictate how much they are willing to pay. So if you set a price and it's not what the market is willing to pay, that market that you're going in after, you lose. But if you listen to the market and you understand what the market wants, you can start getting tons of work on so many things. But if you're, really hard and staunch and you're dug in with, no, I've got to get $250 for a 10-second read, hey, if you can get it, God bless you. But when you're dealing with other small businesses that are out here and people trying to get voiceover work done for their videos, their projects, or whatever it is, their e-learning projects, commercials, whatever, and, they don't have that kind of money when you're talking about small businesses. And that's where the biggest part of the market is in that area of small businesses that are up and coming that need to get work done. All of the most of the work is, if you look at it from a triangle perspective, the top of the triangle, or the iceberg, if you want to call it that, the top of the iceberg is your movie trailers and your national ad campaigns, and you move it on down, and the bulk of the work is below the water, just like with an iceberg. The bulk of the work is down there, and it's a lot of work. We're talking about e-learning. We're talking about explainer videos, whiteboard videos, things of that nature. And when you're down there, you may get less pay, but you get more work. And here's the thing that here's an example that I like to use all the time. If you're not a full-time voiceover artist and you have a full-time job, how much do you make an hour? So if you get a job that pays you more than what you would make in an hour, you won. And I'm not talking about, let's say you make $20 an hour. Okay, you get a small project off of Fiverr that pays you $20. It took you 10 minutes to do. Come on. You just made that in less than an hour, and you multiply that by a bunch of jobs, you're crushing your hourly rate. And so when you look at what you think you should charge for different things, whether it be on, whether you're doing your own email marketing or whatever, or you're on a freelance site like a Fiverr or a Freelancer or whatever, just look at your per hour rate that you're looking. Maybe not per job, but if you're still working a full-time job, those are some of the things that you need to take into consideration. Okay, Hubert, man, you're up late. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, Nick, Nick says, I've been told to stay off Fiverr. You'll be blacklisted and so on. But as a newbie, how are you meant to get started? That's how you get started, Nick. And I've got some things coming up. And if you've seen any of the videos that I've done before, and don't believe the blacklist thing, it's not true. It's not true. There is no one that is blacklisting you off of, from doing work. If one company or somebody did, okay, fine. They may have had a bad experience with a voiceover artist on Fiverr or whatever and decided that they didn't want to get any more work off of Fiverr. Okay, fine and good. But no, I'm not buying the whole blacklisted thing. Being on Fiverr has not stopped me from getting work. And it is something that I keep separate. I don't publicize. I don't talk about my Fiverr account. I don't have to. I get work off Fiverr. I don't have to advertise that. The only thing that I talk about is my voiceover work. So when I'm talking online with people or whatever, or get a phone call or an email, I'm sending people to my website, earlhallstudio.com. That's where I'm sending them, earlhallstudio.com, and they can see the different services that I provide there. So the whole blacklist thing, that seems like a bunch of bunk to me. All right. Messages being everything's so competitive. Now, you're right, Nick. It is competitive. But when you first join up at most freelance sites, they bump you up in the ratings to give you a boost. And that's where you take your advantage. That's where you really go in hard. But if you join a site, any freelance site, but you don't have a strategy behind how to get work, you don't understand how that particular site works, it's going to be very, very hard. There's some methods to use on all the freelance sites that will help you get work. It's just a matter of studying that. And I need to make some full disclosure things here. There's a website, and some of you may have seen me talk about this in a couple of my videos, but launching on May 15th, videotoorder.com is going to be the only website, freelance site, that I work from. I won't be working on Fiverr. I won't be working on Upwork or Freelancer or People Per Hour. I won't be doing anything on those sites. The owner of videotoorder.com has approached me to be their brand ambassador for the whole voiceover section. Video to Order is a freelance site that's geared towards video producers, video marketers, graphic designers, voiceover artists, that medium. That's why it's called videotoorder.com. If you have not gone to that website, videotoorder.com, go there. It'll give you a pop-up. It'll have an email address. Email them saying that you want immediate access. And as soon as that beta site launches on May 15th, you'll have access. And being an early adopter into a site like this, being one of the first in, is going to be huge. So if you have not done that, do that. And I'll be doing a lot of training on the website coming up, but I wanted to add that little caveat because I had a person ask me to do a training on Fiverr yesterday, and I had to let them know I'm just going to be exclusive. I'm not going to be doing any sort of training on any other freelance website. The ones that are there that I've put online, you can still see them. It's not like I'm going to take them down, but I'm not going to be doing that in the future. Okay, let's see. Oh, we've got a couple comments. People say this is our same as on VO and such helpful community if you pay them high dollar for their services. Okay, Nick, thing is, clients know about Fiverr and they know they can get good pro work on there, so more and more are using it cause they know they will get good value. That's true. That's one of the things that I'm talking about where the market will dictate what the price should be, but you don't. Now, this is just me personally. You can do what you want. If someone wants me to do a 3-hour job for $5, I'm passing. It's not happening. If you can find somebody to do that, all power to you. Just like they dictate what the individual client dictates what they're willing to pay, you as the voiceover artist dictate and control what you're willing to accept. It's a powerful thing to be able to say no. And I say no a lot. No, I can't do it for that. And the thing is, some of the times when I say no, the client comes back and say, okay, well, we'll go ahead and use you, because they know they're going to get value because they've used me before. And so now they kind of want to try and lowball sometimes, but no, I don't let that happen. So know that the market dictates what they will pay, but you dictate more so your value. What do you think you're worth, and what are you willing to work for? Now, that being said, when you're starting out, especially when you're doing something like what I have as far as an Instagram strategy goes, and you can watch the video on my YouTube channel for that, doing free work, spec work, is a great way to get started with an understanding that you're looking for future work. I've gotten tons of work like this. And I do this on Instagram quite regularly. I'll follow and friend people in certain industries that I'm looking to get into as far as to do voiceover. I want more work out of voiceover, and I'll follow them on Instagram. Or you can do the same thing on Twitter. You can do the same thing on Facebook, but I love Instagram. So I'll follow them. I'll shoot them an instant message, and it's all about them. Hey, Love what you got on your Instagram page. Hey, would love to offer you some value if you've got a small if you've got a small project that you've got coming up. I would love to do it for you for free so that you can see the quality that I can deliver for you. Doing free work or cheap work in the beginning with an understanding that this isn't what you normally do can really make a difference in how you gain momentum with getting clients and so on. Let's see. Nick, I'm okay with it. Hey, you, Earl, and Bill, Deweese is okay with it. So how can it be bad? Now, on that, I took Bill Deweese's course with Lance Tamashiro on Fiverr. And that's why I wound up joining Fiverr this time last year. They came out with a course. Now, let me just say this. The price of the course, to me, was a bit high, but it wasn't that big of a deal to me. But it's like, how does a brand new voiceover artist, pull $300 out of his back pocket to take a course on how to use, a freelance site? I mean, is it worth it? Back then, and I'm going to be honest here, back then I think it was. A year ago, I think it was worth it to do. To do it now, I think they've had a couple hundred, if not 1,000, of people take that course, and they flooded Fiverr. They flooded it. And they used all the great tactics that Lance and Bill talked about. I don't know that still works that way because everyone's doing that was in that course. And the first couple of months and even up until now, those people that took that Fiverr course from Bill and Lance, and by the way, they've got some outstanding information in there. I'm not slating it at all. I'm just trying to be, objective here and wonder if that information actually still works now. And you could, ask them directly or whatever by shooting them an email or something like that. But it was a good course. It really was. Lance went in depth with what it was that he was teaching. And it's kind of like the whole thing with being an early adopter of something. If you're an early adopter and you're the first in, it makes a difference. Those people that took that course last year this time and went in, they were the first to do it. And they won. They won. But when you go into their group, I was a member of the group. I actually left the group because I didn't need it anymore, basically. But in their group, you get free access to the group when you join that, when you pay your fee to take that course that Lance Tamashiro and Bill Deweese did. You get access to this, private Facebook group that they have. And what I saw in there that became very disturbing is that people were complaining about not getting as much work anymore. They weren't getting as much work. And it's like, yeah, that wave is over. If that was the only thing you were doing to get work, you're going to lose. You always want to have multiple streams of income or multiple streams of getting clients. Let's put it that way. Okay, let's see. Thing is, clients know. Okay, I read that one. I want to make sure I get all the comments that are coming in here. Sounds like my cup of tea. I'm on. Oh, thanks, Nick. I think you're talking about videotoorder.com. And let me go back to that because it's going to be huge. I was floored. I'm just going to say this. I was floored when the owners called me or they instant messaged me and were like, we want you to be our brand ambassador for voiceover. We see the work that you're doing online. You're all over the place. You're doing videos. You're a great teacher. Their words, not mine. But they wanted, they made me an offer and I accepted the offer. And so now we're going to be doing this thing, and I really think it's going to be something that is going to be tremendous for what's coming up in the for the voiceover community and video producers and marketers and things of that nature. Oh, great, Hubert! You sent video to order your email. Great. You haven't understood how Fiverr works. People are still trying to figure out how Fiverr works, but just to give you a little bit, of overview, you can't market on Fiverr. you'll get your hand smacked. What I mean by that, you can't market on Fiverr. You can't instant message, let's just say someone that does explainer videos and say, hey, let me be your voiceover guy for all the explainer videos you create. You'll get smacked. You might get banned or something like that from Fiverr. So you can't market directly to people that would use your services on Fiverr. If you get a client, you can't ever email that client. You can only communicate to them through Fiverr. And this is pretty much all freelance sites that are out there. You can't contact directly. This is why your skills in knowing how to write out proposals and sell yourself that way is a big thing. There's one secret that I'll give away on Fiverr is that Fiverr watches all of your activity. And if you are just sitting back waiting for someone to give you an order, Fiverr's not paying attention to you. But if every day you're going in and you're putting in proposals from the people that are looking for work, if you go in every day and you're doing 3, 4, 5, of those every day, Fiverr sees that and they'll start probably pushing more, with that. So that's something with that. So you want to make sure you pay attention to that. Okay. All right. Well, I've covered voices.com, voices 123. We've talked a bunch about Fiverr, and I just want to make sure that you get that caveat with videotoorder.com. It is going to be something that I just believe is going to be a game changer for, once again, those early adopters. The early adopters that were on Fiverr back in the day when they began, when did Fiverr begin? I want to say somewhere around 2008, somewhere in there. And I slept on it. I slept on Fiverr. If I would have jumped on Fiverr back then, I'd be a Fiverr king right now. But I didn't. Those people that really won on Fiverr were those people that got in at the beginning. They were like the few voiceover artists that were there. Now it's saturated. But those people that got in the beginning, they developed such a client base and they keep getting repeat clients. I get repeat clients off of Fiverr, but I can imagine if I would have been there from the beginning as a voiceover artist, how much work I would have actually gotten. This is why when this opportunity came up with videotoorder.com, I understood intuitively, instantly, what it would mean to be the first in. I knew what that would mean, to be the first in. And because it's so highly concentrated in a specific genre, like all your other freelance sites, it's everybody, has their go. Every freelancer, a copywriter, a video production person, someone that makes blogs, someone that makes websites, someone that makes cheese, anything. Any type of freelance, all these freelance sites, anybody and everybody's welcome. With Scott over at Video to Order, he's the owner over at videotoorder.com. What he's done, I think, is ingenious by making it very niche. It's focusing on people that do video production and graphic design. It's focused in, which is custom built for voiceover artists because all of these people need voiceover artists. So just imagine you being one of the first folks in, what that would mean. You're the first, one of the first. I'm going to be the first. I'm going to tell you that. I'm on it. I'm going to be there. Besides doing the different trainings that I'm going to be doing. Nick asked, or Hubert asked, where do you find work on Fiverr? Let me see if I can do a walkthrough. I'm going to go to my Fiverr account, and I can tell you that. Hubert, while I'm doing this, open up in another screen hey, Fiverr changed its website. I haven't been here for a while. I haven't been on Fiverr for a while. They changed their website. Okay. All right. So now, when you go to Fiverr.com, they've changed some stuff here. I've got to look at this. Okay. Click on, when you get to Fiverr.com, click on your little icon in the top right-hand corner. And then what you want to do, it's going to bring a pop-up down. You want to click on Dashboard. And once you click on Dashboard, you're going to see a bunch of stuff. But at the top left, you're going to see the word Dashboard, Buying, Selling. use the down arrow on selling, and you're going to hit buyer request. And what that's going to do is bring up everything in your genre that Fiverr knows you do. It's going to bring up everybody that's a buyer that's looking to buy voiceover, and they're going to give you descriptions on what it is that they're looking for. They're going to show prices that they're willing to pay, so on and so forth. So that's my quick down and dirty on how to find buyers that are looking for work. And that's what I mean by you go in every day and you just take a look at the work that's there. I don't go into Fiverr every day. Just like I said, I haven't been there for a while. So because I'm doing too much other voiceover stuff. Plus I'm making these videos for you guys every day. But so that's kind of how it is with that. All right. So any questions for you guys? And by the way, if you're brand new, I would love to know who you are. You can go, if you just go ahead in the chat and just say where you're from. Your name's going to pop up as soon as you leave a comment, but I would love to know where you folks are from. And, you know, if you have any questions, now would be the time to ask your question. If you have not subscribed to my website, make sure that you do that right there. Make sure you remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Every Monday through Friday, I bring content. Every Monday through Friday, I'm doing these videos. But from here on out, every Thursday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a live stream for you folks on YouTube. And as I said at the beginning of this, I came up with this thought to do a live stream on Thursdays for my YouTube audience is because I'm going to be doing a live stream every Friday for my Facebook page. So if you want to get in on the live stream for the Facebook page, make sure that you also go to facebook.com/Earl Hall Studio and go there and you can participate in that live stream as well. I want to thank you guys for participating in this. This is my first Thursday live stream. So every Thursday, expect me to be live at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks so much, Nick and Hubert, for the questions that you popped in here. They were very helpful in all of that. So, but if there are no more questions, I'll give you 10 seconds. If anyone has a question or a comment, I'll give you 10 seconds before we go off air. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I have to wait for the video to catch up because I know there's a lag. So as soon as I see myself counting, I know when I'll get to 1. But thanks again, guys, for being here. It means a lot to me that you took time out of your day just to come and watch, you know, this baldhead guy on live stream. All right, Nick, catch you later. And you guys have a good one. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll still be putting out a video for you guys on tomorrow, so be on the look for that. Jedi Lori. Oh, Jedi Mind Tricks. Okay, I think that's probably what it is, or I hope it is anyway. Anyway, Jedi Lori, thanks for participating, and I'll see you guys tomorrow right back on the channel, so make sure you subscribe and to the channel. Also click that little bell that's beside the subscribe button so you know instantly when I go live or I put out brand new content, which I do Monday through Friday. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.